Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing only gesture drawing today, because I need content, and then the second thing is we're going to be playing video games today. So if you want to take part in that, I'm going to be streaming on all platforms, especially on TikTok. I'm going to be focusing mainly on TikTok because there's an event happening. So if you want to be part of that, please come and join the TikTok live. We're gonna be playing games after we're done gesture drawing. That might be an hour or two from now, and then after that, we're going straight to gaming. I don't know what I'll be playing. Probably Overwatch or some game, something to extent. Maybe Marvel Snap. I don't know, but. Then again, we're going to be playing game today. So with that said, I hope you guys have an awesome day. I'm going to be playing on silent so I can play some copyrighted music on my behalf. So if you want to listen to the music, come to TikTok because they don't give a shit about copyright, unlike some platforms. So with that said, I'm going to play music over here. Um, and I'm going to be mostly silent for those who don't know. So I'm just letting you guys know that now. So if you don't know why there's no, oh, for those of you who might rewatch this, for those of you who might rewatch this, the chance of you hearing me will be me switching back just to say hello if someone says hi. But as far as that goes, yeah, I'm gonna be on silent majority of the time. And YouTube likes it when there's no silence because, well, there's silence because it's YouTube. Anyway, so with that said, let's go. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, don't look at the avatar. Avatar's stupid. I need to fix it. I don't know why it keeps glitching out and makes me look like I'm sleeping or whatever the hell. I don't know why it does that. It's really annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's really annoying. Let me see here. Now we gotta fix this leg a little bit. Let me get this correct like that. And now the knee will be poking out right here. Alright. Okay. And then we're going to grab the leg right here. But it's too fat, so we need to bring that back. Here's this part. And then what's the crotch area is looking weird, strange, because it's like pointing in different directions, so we need to like that. And then it's actually on a slant, so we need to make that slant be apparent to what we're doing. By just literally turning the whole character in the right direction. Okay. And then, just for now, we just need that as a placeholder to know where we're going with this. Type. I don't know what that means. Okay, and then okay, and then make the leg a little more skinnier than that. Make the leg. There's actually as a bit of a stance. The stance is too stiff, so we're going to curve it a little bit like this. Yeah. About there. Yep, that seems quite right. But this is too narrow for the negative space, so we're going to erase it a little bit, and then we're going to like that. Okay. And then as the negative space goes through, we're going to push the leg. And the leg is actually looking directly towards us to an extent. Like that. Okay. Keep it like that for now. this down here. Okay, and then now just curve this leg a little bit. Okay. Alright. Guys, this is literally fucking 12 of you. You can't hit the like for real. Jesus Christ. There's 12 views, 28 likes. The hell? That doesn't make any sense. Let's see here. Put the like here. That's not. Okay. Okay. 58, 103. See, that's a lot better. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's it. I'm not asking you to donate or some stupid shit. I'm sure literally asking you to just hit the like. That's all. It brings in more people, and more people like anime. And if you like anime, hit the like. If you want to talk to more people, because there's like literally 9 to 12 of you. I'm not expecting 1,000 or something like that, because it's only 9 of you. I think one person can actually do 1,000 by themselves, but I'm just saying. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm not even kidding. I'm not trying to sound sarcastic or anything, but really. If I do, I'm sorry. Sometimes my tone may sound like that, but I don't mean to sound so rude. Something I'm working on, to be honest. Like that. Now we need to make sure this is, like, it's being apparent to the crotch area. Okay. And then this is such a subtle move that what makes it a little difficult. The more subtle it is, the more difficult it actually becomes. Oh, and the waist needs to be a little bit wider. I mean, yeah. And then we're going to make it a little more apparent based on the love handle here. Alright, and then we're going to raise it a little. We gotta make it not so straight, we have to make it really curved. The more curved, the better it looks. More curvy. Thank you for the follow, I do appreciate it. So I'm going to wrap it around with some lip lines to keep it more of a 3D look. Because if we wrap it around, it will be a lot more better and won't look as flat. So I'm going to wrap it around like this. It's a good method and technique to keep things in line as best as you can. There we go. Now, the body still's off. We gotta fix the arm and everything. So I'm going to erase this. And I want to actually get the torso right. This is actually irrelevant. All this is irrelevant right now. It was just a placeholder for the moment. Okay. Now we're going to fix her love handles a little bit. Like that. Good afternoon. Hey, bro. What's going on, my bro? I hope you're having an awesome day. Thank you for coming here. Oh shit, I just realized. There's nothing to be sorry about. People got lives. What the fuck? I'm never sitting here saying that. My God, those people are not in here no more. You're perfectly fine. You don't have to say that. It's perfectly fine. You're good. You don't have to. I gotta go fast. I gotta move faster than this. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. That's exactly why I didn't engage with you. Okay, we're gonna get the arm and then we'll fix the breast in a second. Let's see here. Eek. Let's see. Oh.
TYGAN101. Tigan101 says, why you keep blinking like that?
Because there's something wrong with the model, so I have to fix it later. I have no time to do that. So I can't really help it. I think it's actually the program itself. I don't even think it's the model. And I think there's like a lag, that's the reason. But I'll have to fix it later. Game name? I don't know. We're gonna play game later. We're not playing game right now. Because there's an event happening. So once the event is done, we will play game later. We might play some Overwatch, I don't know. Or I might play Marvel Snap. Or probably Skullgirls. Or something. Maybe Dragon Ball Fighters. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's see. Okay. Guys, there's 28 of you. Come on, let's hit those likes, guys. Bring more people in here. Thank you for the follow.
Tigan101 says, you should watch One Piece.
I like how you I like how you just assume that I don't watch One Piece. That's odd. That's really weird. Bro, this hit's good. Thank you. Let's see. You should watch Two Piece. You should watch Two Piece. Two Piece. It's funny. Okay, and let me see.
Tigan101 says, I mean, no one in my friend group does only me so.
That says a lot about your friend group, then. That says. Wait. That's sad. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of sad. Why? How your friends don't know what One Piece is, or at least watched it at least once? That's sad. I don't even blame you per se, but that's kind of sad on their behalf. They don't see One Piece at least once. But a lot of people say they don't watch One Piece because of the art style, which I get to a certain extent. But you know, sometimes even that's not a viable reason. Sometimes you just gotta give something a chance. Sometimes I'm like that too. Like I sometimes don't like watching. Because they're curing cancer. Because they have such important things to do. But you know, it is what it is. People just have their reasons why they won't watch something. You know. Hey, Bland, what's going on? Like, you don't have to watch One Piece like in one sitting. I think that's what they're probably assuming because we live in a binge world now where Netflix exists and streaming. So streaming something like One Piece feels like a big chore compared to like watching at 8. Like, this is weird. We you won't put the time to watch One Piece, but you'll watch an 8 episode cinematic version of One Piece, and I'm pretty sure each episode like 45 minutes. That's like, if that's what, that's almost like, or about an hour. I think about an hour each. So that's what. That's like 4 hours. No, that's an hour each. That's 8 hours probably. I'm pretty sure that's like an hour each episode per se. 45 minutes to an hour almost. I'm gonna just round it off to an hour, and then that's 8 hours each. And like, if you watch it,
Titan 1016. One of them watched Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball, and Jujutsu Kaisen but didn't finish any of them.
that's sad. That's really sad. What tab will you use? XP Pen E22. It's in my bio. You can. Oh my god, I hate that. It's in my bio. It's in the. It's in my thing. You can just click it and go and get it if you like. Okay. Now the breast is too matted in, so we're going to have it poke out, so it feels a little more believable when doing this. Okay, got the stomach right here, and then we're going to make it a little bit curvier from this point on. Now the breast is what's really having a trouble other than the arms, but we're going to fix that in a second. I think the arm's a little too high up, so we need to. Nope, not looking good. I think there's a method of drawing arms correctly every time, but I think it's. And then we're gonna get the negative space right there. We need this negative space from right here, so we need to draw the negative space like this. We have to match that negative space as best as we can, so it feels a lot more believable instead of we just kind of winging it. The negative space, for those who don't know, is the space that's right here. So I'm trying to match the shape of the negative space that you see here, okay? Both on one side and the other. So we need to fix where the breast is because that doesn't look correct. Okay, so the breast pokes out like this. So we need to get that negative space about here, right? And then it goes down here, then up like here. And it's not even touching the skin, I just realized the fist. Okay, and then erase that part, right? And then the other breast is kind of like, not tilted, but I wouldn't say tilted. I don't think that's the right term. It's just kind of off balanced, per se. So we're going to have it turn like this, pull it in a little bit like that. Okay, and then we're going to thin it out a little bit because we're seeing a little bit of the stomach, that's the upper torso that's poking out right under it. So we need that to be seen as we fix that. So I'm going to erase this. Okay. Like so. So the angle is correct. This is where the box method would work. I've been hella busy, been working on our piece for a contest right now. What's the contest? I would like to know. How's everyone today? We're doing great. Let me see if I'm missing anyone. Looking good. Thank you, user. I do appreciate it. Hey, Souls, what's going on, my bro? I hope everyone's having an awesome day. Thank you for coming in. I do appreciate every last one of you guys. Guys, there's 58 of you. Come on, let's hit those likes, please, because there's 58. I think if everyone just tapped it like for like 1 minute, we'll be at like 10,000 within seconds. So like, come on, we need more people in here. People are really scared to talk. I'm like, if you're scared to talk, you at least tap the like. Jesus, it's crazy to me. It made me think most of you are probably NPCs at some point. Maybe you're NPCs for all I know. Pretty much bots. I'm not sure. This is just weird. Just people just sitting there. There's 54 of you and no one's talking. Like, is people scared to talk on TikTok? I'm a bot. I'll be honest with you. Okay, because that's what bots will say. That's wild. I'm just working at the moment. Oh, okay. I don't know. I think a lot of people are scared to talk. I don't know. I think they think they're gonna get banned instantly. As long as you don't say stupid shit, and as long as you just like, if you have a genuine question, you can ask. Like, if you ask, why do you draw anime girls all the time? It's because it brings in viewers. That's it. So why don't you draw anime guys? I would, but you guys don't stay. Because when I do that, you guys literally do not stay. I don't know. Maybe it's because when I draw them all muscular and shit, it kind of makes them intimidated at the fact that they're not as muscular, so they have to go hit the gym, so they leave. Maybe that's what it is. I understand, bro. I get it. You would stay, but I need more people to stay. I don't need 5 people to stay, and for like 8 hours. That shit makes no sense to me. That is not worth the time of work. I'd rather just go and do something else. I'm not even kidding. Like, dead ass. I think that's what it is, because when I started drawing muscular anime dudes in awesome poses, like, and I have done it many times before in the stream, but no one stays long enough to know, so that's why they keep getting up. The people who says, oh, why do you draw anime girls all the time, is the same people who will come in when I'm drawing anime girls, but when I'm drawing anime dudes, they don't say shit. And don't even say anything. They don't even stay. I remember I went a whole, like, week or two, or I think about a month, drawing anime dudes. No one came in. But once I drew some gesture drawing of some female, no name bitch. Oh god. Oh god. It was some generic AI drawing. Like literally a generic AI drawing as a lesson to teach. It was not even like a fan art or anything. It was just literally a gesture drawing like I'm doing right now. I'm not drawing the character. I'm drawing the gesture. I don't care for the character here. I'm not even trying to draw the tail or anything. I'm just trying to get the gesture, capture the gesture, the movement, the fluidity of the movement, to give it more of a, like, believable stance. That's what's today we're working on. Hello, mate. What's going on, bro? How about compromise, draw a trap? No, I don't draw traps. That's stupid. Let me see. Inspires to me to hit the gym. It inspires me to hit the gym. See, that's the thing. I drew Goku, and then people think... I don't know. I drew Goku. I drew All Might. I drew Gojo. Shit. I drew Hawks. I think I did Shanks once. I think I drew Shanks once. I think. I remember right. I think it was Shanks. Can't remember for the death of me. I think it was Shanks. But I don't think I ever decided to share it because I don't think it came out the way I wanted. Well, that's exactly. You said when was all this? Probably you was one of the people who wasn't there. When was all this? Bry is my witness. I have the postings. The postings are there. That's what I'm proving you. Have you made a Gear 5 Luffy? I actually tried to do that, but this was at the time when people was like speculating what it looked like, and I drew what everyone else was interpreting, and I actually I drew it insanely and like, okay, I didn't draw the way it looked, how we know what it looks like now, but before everyone was speculating what it looked like, I went by another artist's interpretation thinking that was it, and I believe that was not wrong. And now I know it's not the right one, so I have to redo that one. It pissed me off. I put in all that work, and I said, nah, I'm not showing this to no one. This doesn't even look like what it is. So I was like, nah. So yeah, I'm gonna redo that drawing again. When did you start teaching on TikTok? Um, I think about 2.5 years ago. Like literally, like 2.5 years ago. Shoulders a little too high. We gotta bring that down. Yeah, like 2.5 years ago, I think. It just seems like more easy to get people to like want to learn on a live stream compared to telling them just go. Like I do have YouTube videos that you can use and go see, and then if you want extra more lessons, you can either get private tutoring from me, um, or you can just my Patreon member and watch my exclusive stuff because I have exclusive tutorials that I posted. I don't know if you guys can see it. I need to know if anyone who's a Patreon member can see it because I've been having some issues with Patreon and it's starting to piss me off. So I'm thinking of like moving to a different platform because Patreon's weird. And it's not like anything crazy. It's like showing you how to draw materials like crystals, rocks, grass, stuff like that for your anime backgrounds or whatever your video game thing. Oh my god, I hate this phone, bro. I don't get enough on TikTok often. Well, you know. Let me see. I wish I was for those. Well, it's just very convenient. Every time people come for my streams is when I'm drawing some bitch. You need to find more friends. I know you probably can do it. I'm just being honest with you. Because if your friends are not into this, well, I'm not saying they have to be into the thing you're into, but like, if majority of them, I don't know how you keep getting non-anime lovers. Well, no, I'm not saying that's wrong. Because you said some of them has watched the anime, they just don't finish them, which is strange. I don't know how you do that. Like, you just kind of like abandon an anime, especially ones that are pretty popular and mainstream. I don't know how the hell you can just go and they're not even that long. That's the weirdest part. Jujutsu Kaisen is not that long. You can probably binge that whole thing in one day, both seasons pretty much so far. I'm just saying, like it's really odd. Either your friends are that lazy or fuck, I don't know. Their attention spans are that small. It's either one of those two things. Like I don't know how you can't finish a show like Jujutsu Kaisen. You can actually finish that in a day, less than a day actually. That's wild to me. And I don't want to hear it because they have a job. Because like you're not a job all the fucking time. You're not a businessman. You're not a CEO. You're not a fucking You're not saving the world. You're not Biden. You're not no politician. Like for real, you have time. You just don't want to watch it. Fine, just say you don't want to fucking watch it. Jesus, you don't have to make an excuse. I told my little sister if you unsubscribe from a YT channel, you can never watch their videos again. Now she's screaming and yelling. A YT channel? I don't know what that is, to be honest. Unless I do know, and that's the other thing. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how someone can't finish something like Jujutsu Kaisen. I can understand Dragon Ball to an extent, because that's still, I wouldn't say long, but it's a sizable sum if you're watching from the very beginning of Dragon Ball all the way to Super or so. Um, I really don't consider GT a thing too much. I understand some people do to an extent, like a parallel universe type thing, but I don't really care for that shit. I think that's overused as hell. But I get it to an extent because sometimes length is just kind of a thing for some people, and it's kind of sad. But hey, that's just how things are. Just like One Piece, I understand One Piece is pretty long, but you don't have to sit there and binge watch shit. But we live in a binge watching time where if it's not less than probably 25 episodes, they're not watching it or some shit, or about 25 episodes. Like My Hero Academia is not long either. You can finish that in probably a day or two. Let me see. What's up? Hey, Ion, what's going on, bro? I think I rewatched One Piece. Yeah, I'm rewatching One Piece with the girlfriend, like. And the thing is, what's funny, when I was watching One Piece growing up, I was watching it based on the 4Kids version, and then it moved to Cartoon Network on Toonami. So I guess they got a little bit more edgier because I guess 4Kids couldn't really handle the violence, so they gave it to um, the Cartoon Network division because they're all under Warner. So like I think it was under Warner. I think Four Kids was under Warner, I believe. I think I'm not sure. Um, or was it on? I think it was just no. I think it was on Fox. I think Four Kids was on Fox way back when, and then they lost the rights and gave the rights to Warner, I think. Um, they have a special on YouTube where it is a recap of 1 second for the thousand. Yeah. Oh yeah. There is. I saw that. That was awesome. And someone put the Four Kids rap over it. It's kind of lit with the opening. It's kind of cool. I think that's what you're referring to. I still prefer the Four Kids rap. I know that probably some of you don't like hearing that, but it is lit. It has never really changed for me. I grew up on that shit. Not the Four Kids version, not the censored version, that shit version. I'm talking about just the song in general. But like when I was growing up, I watched the Four Kids version and then went to the Tanami version because they went on Tanami after for a good while after it was, I don't want to say canceled, when Tanami was taken off the air for several years and came back, blah blah blah. But the problem with the Four Kids version and I think the Tanami version, they skipped a lot of things. If I remember right, this is just my encompass as a kid back then. They skipped a lot of shit per se for me. That now rewatching it now, I'm getting a lot of information that I didn't even either didn't retain or is now new to me about certain episodes that makes sense now. Because like nearly every episode on One Piece is not technically a filler; it's just a small bits of information that's going to be important later on. So there's like one or two or three or four fillers in One Piece probably, but most of the episode that seems to be filler may not be filler because they could be crucial to the story like 20 or 40 episodes later. So that's some serious world building per se compared to Naruto. That shit is just ultimately a bunch of filler. Let me see. I didn't even know there was a four. Yeah, there was a Four Kids version. Hmm. Best way to improve with drawing figures, or best way. Wait, what is that a question? Let me see. AAO, dreaming, don't give it up, Luffy. Yeah, let's go. Let me see. Best way to improve with drawing figures, or best way to learn anatomy. Is your question is the best way to learn anatomy learning figures? Is that what you're saying? That's a weird. Wait, you wrote that very strangely. I can't rewrite that. Confused. Okay, now we got into a better place, but the breast still kind of bugs me to an extent because I think the problem is that she looks like she's leaning a little backwards when the other one is not. So we need to fix her overall stance. So I have to make adjustments slightly so she can like curve like that. And then there's this bump here that doesn't need to be. This is why analyzing is very important. Like that. See? Now that's a lot better. That bump is not there, but this bump is here. So we need to smooth that out. Okay. Like that. Oop. Wait. Nope, that's not correct. She's like kind of directly looking at us by a tilted angle. It's really annoying. I think they're asking the best way to improve their. Okay. So to answer your question, to you need to learn the fundamentals to improve, and this will be under the answer of the anatomy thing. So please bear with me. So this is usually the roadmap I would put students on if they're a student of mine or a Patreon member or some type of subscriber. I would tell them first, you have to learn your shapes, meaning your 2D shapes, like your squares, your triangles, your circles, all that stuff. And then after that, once you have an understanding of that, which I think all of us have that understanding, what a square, a circle, and all that stuff looks like, and can draw that with no issue, move on to your forms. So when you move on to your forms, that means you're going to do things in a 3D aspect. So you're going to learn your cubes, your prisms, and then you're going to learn your spheres. And now, it's not about just drawing them. You have to understand drawing them with lines and then also using something called values. When you use values, this will be much more crucial than probably lines, because if you can do things linelessly, people are going to think you can draw anything, per se. Now, once you master forms, which is the just code word for 3D object, based on lines or values, as in shadow, light, gray, and using gray, white, and black, that will help you improve. Then when you understand forms, by using shadows, lights, and stuff, you move on to gesture drawing, which what I'm doing right here. We're doing about the gesture. We're not drawing the character. I don't give a fuck about what this character is. We're drawing the character. We're drawing the pose, the action of what the character is doing. We don't give a shit about who this is. I don't even know who this character is, the slightest, to be honest with you. We're just doing the pose. We're not drawing her tail or anything. We're just drawing the literal verb. She's standing to our hips or something like that. I think she's actually addressing the bikini bottom, I think, per se. But it looks like her hand is just on her hip, but I think she's adjusting it. I gotta go with my mom, pick up my younger brother. Okay, do your thing. Do your thing, Blad. Did the average views get higher? Yeah, they got higher. These are numbers that I'm used to from way back when. The only reason why there was so low way back because I took a break from and had to go and study my art to get more better at what I'm doing. So people will not only take me more seriously when I'm doing my artwork, they don't think I'm bullshitting them. So I learned better techniques to apply them. So when people hear what I'm speaking, they don't think I'm doubting myself when I'm talking. Or so. Anyway, so the point is that you need to understand to do your 2D shapes, your 3D shapes, and then you do your gestures. Your gestures is based on the value, on the action of the character per se. Then when you're done doing that, figuring that out, then you move on to foreshortening. Foreshortening is like perspective, but the difference is you're not really trying to get to perspective. You're just trying to make things layer over something. So, perfect example of this is like when I draw a circle, and I put a circle on top of another circle, and then I erase that to give or a foreshortening thing is more like the punch thing, where you guys draw a punch. Instead of drawing a punch like this, you draw a punch and put the muscles behind it, look like it's going at you. Go do your thing, bro. Anyway, so like a punch that looks realistic, so when a person's punching, you can make it look like there's a depth. That's what it is. Yeah, no problem. Like, so foreshortening is based on depth. That's what it really is. It's not really on perspective. It's just trying to give that illusion that the person's going into a distance. That's it. Not precisely, but going into the distance. Okay? That's what that is. And then next, we have to learn then perspective. That's when you have to be precise. When people say in perspective, they're talking about the preciseness of what you're trying to get the angle correct. Not really a foreshortening, but because foreshortening and perspective goes hand in hand, per se. So I would say just learn perspective after you're done learning foreshortening, and then once you're done with that, move on to proportions. The reason why I don't put proportions at the very beginning is because when you start doing proportions at the very beginning, you have a robotic drawing, and you get those how to draw an anime book type, responses. You know what I'm saying? I think there was 120 views yesterday. Yeah, it was a high number. That's usually a very average number for me. But so like that's why I don't put proportions at the very beginning of the roadmap, because proportions is just solidifying that you have a good understanding of the other fundamentals. All you need to do is just adjusting, right? That's pretty much what that is. When people say your proportions, they say your adjustments are off. You're not adjusting, or the adjustments on the subject doesn't look quite right. Not because of the perspective, but because maybe the hip is too high, and that's not how hips are looking in real life based on the perspective. So like you need to adjust that a little bit more, not change the angle, but adjust it. Okay? I have no idea who this character is. I'm just going for the pose. I don't give a shit about who the character is. I don't even know who this is. And what makes this even more fun is that I'm not using a 2D drawing. I'm actually using a 3D drawing. Um, Even though I wouldn't recommend use a 3D drawing of an anime character, because even though it is 3D, you have to look at it. It's a stylized look. So if you're trying to improve, I would suggest don't use a stylized subject. Okay? I would say use something more realistic. But what I do as a teacher, I don't teach you to go draw realistically off the bat. I would say try to draw your subject as realistically as possible. See, what that does is transition the student to think, I don't have to draw technically realistically. I just have to draw I don't have to draw realism. I just have to draw as realistically as possible. And what that does is slowly transition them into understanding concepts that's a lot more easy to digest. Well, just totally like forcing them and demonizing them because the way they draw things is not as a standard that it should be. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. So, if anything, I would tell my students to don't draw realistic don't draw realism off the bat. Try draw as realistically as possible because it's a slower transition to get them to understand concepts better. And use reference. You can use reference. I don't have no problem if you use reference, but the way I use reference is I combine three things at once. But given that we're doing gesture drawing, I don't mind if you try to understand the gesture because that's perfectly fine. But if you're doing like a fan art or something, you should just or you're trying to make an actual artwork that you want to like pass off as yours, I wouldn't go by one drawing. I would go by one reference drawing. I will combine like 3 or 4 drawings at once. So you can make something brand new. You can still give credit, I guess, but then again, you're combining something completely new. But if you're going to do something like this, do a one-on-one reference, I suggest give credit to the individual or at least where you got the reference from. Because if it's something like this, I don't have to technically give credit to a company. They don't give a flying shit. But if it's like from another artist, like you should give them credit. It's only fair. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. This leg here is looking kind of odd. So I'm going to make it a little bit more skinnier. Okay. So yeah, nothing wrong using reference, but you need to use reference properly and the right way so you don't run into a situation where you're being accused of stealing because that shit is annoying. You should get um you should give credit where credit is due. If you don't want to give credit, I suggest use like I guess you can use celebrities or something because they don't give a shit at all. They really don't give a shit. But if you're using another artist's work, you should give them credit. It's only right. You know. Because if especially if it's an artist that's pretty popular, their fans are going to recognize their work, especially based on some poses and stuff. If they're pretty like a signature pose, and if you don't like give them the credit, their fans will come after you. So like, might as well do that because you'd be surprised how many fans will artists will have, and then they'll recognize their work based on certain poses and certain concepts on certain things, and they'll be like, "Hey, I've seen that drawing before." And then they'll try to call you out as fast as possible, either for clout or for just the fact that they actually like the artist's work and they don't want their artist to get, railroaded by some weirdo on the street, so on the internet. like I did that master study of what's his name? Uh, fuck. Oh my god, I follow him on Instagram. What's his name? Robeto. It was Robeto. He's a pinup anime artist, and I was looking at some of his works because I like his anatomy because I know his anatomy is extremely exaggerated, but that's the purpose of his work. But it still feels quite accurate based on the exaggerations because that's the point. It's supposed to be exaggerated. So I was looking at one of them. He did a Princess Peach one. That was not that exaggerated. It was pretty. It was pretty normal, pretty proportion size for the female that he drew of Princess Peach. So I wanted to do a master study. I even posted it and gave him credit for his work. Same thing when I did like a furry drawing once, my first ever furry drawing. I got some type of hate for it because it was a furry drawing. Not that it was bad. It was just literally just because it was a furry drawing, which is funny because I draw anime girls and I never get as much flack as for anime girls compared to the furry drawing. It's very weird. Y'all furries are really mad. I like, oh, you got a lot of furry haters. Y'all crazy. It's great. It's weird. It is really, really strange. Like, it's like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's like there's this deep-seated hatred to people who does furry art, I guess. But I can understand where it kind of comes from. Because I saw some of the comments, I'm like, oh, I see why they think this. I can see it, but then I'm like, hmm. But the context doesn't make sense because what I drew was just literally a one for one from another famous artist just to learn how to draw more furry art just for the fuck of it. It was not because I want to draw furry. It was just something I was asked to do, so I was like, it was from a subscriber. Why not? It's not gonna hurt, and they subscribed, so why not? So I did do the lesson. I gave a lesson how I drew it based on my, what's the right word? What's the word? Thinking process, you know. But apparently, when I posted it afterwards, the hatefulness was insane. They say fatherless behavior, this, that, and the third. I was like, man, I didn't know my dad didn't know who I was. Like, Jesus Christ. But it's wild, bro. Only weirdos care so much about furries. I know, but like I don't know. Like the furry thing, I get it. But what's weird about the furry thing? We grew up on like technically anthropomorphic shows. Like that's what throws me off. I can understand if it's something like brand new, then I get it. Kind of like the My Hero Academia fandom. It's kind of rampant and rabid. Same thing with the Demon Slayer uh fandom, and I can say a little bit of the Dragon Ball fandom too. Like I understand to an extent why they're very protective of their medium, but then again, it doesn't have to get that serious. It's not that serious. Like it's half the time, it's never that truly serious. But it is what it is. Can you draw Sans? Yes, but if you're gonna want me to draw Sans, either subscribe or commission me. Because today we're just working on gesture. And that's what's my focus today. And then after that, we're going to be playing game. Yeah, I know. Like that was the. See, that's the thing. The furry, like I don't know why, but a bunch of furries. I'm not saying everyone, not every furry, but mostly most furries are in the tech business. Like they're like they have tech jobs. They're like literally like high paying tech jobs, right? I don't know why that statistic's so high, but like Jesus Christ. And then what's weird is furries got money, yo. They got mad money. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how y'all got money like that, but y'all got money. And I don't mind drawing some furry shit for some money, because you guys got money. I don't give a shit if you guys hate furry. I'll draw a furry right now if you guys got that furry money. It's weird. Like, it's very weird. It does, but like it's so weird at the same time. Who are you drawing tonight? Now, we're not drawing anyone tonight. We're doing gesture drawing today. We're not doing no fan art today because today is an event and I want to get to the event. So I'm just doing some gesture drawing for content so I can post it later on over the few days or so because I have a bunch of them. Exactly. They have money, bro. I'm not kidding. You know how expensive those suits are sometimes? Like they got that like VTuber type money where you can just buy like an expensive model of something they're going to wear to a convention. Like it's crazy to me. Can you draw? Let me see. Can you draw your next live? Nope, I'm not gonna do that because whenever I draw males, y'all don't stay. So either I'm getting commission to draw that. I don't mind if I get commission and no one watches. That's one thing because I'm getting commission. But I'm not doing that because every time I draw males, no one stays. If I start drawing, like, I kind of want to. Okay, someone did ask me on stream. Well, not stream, but on my videos. Can you draw Goku doing? Can you draw Goku doing the gritty? I was like, I might do that. I might even do this today. I'm not sure yet, but I might draw Goku doing the gritty. Having money creates the. Let me see. He said furry money. Yeah, furry money. Furry money is fucking crazy. No, one specifically just gesture drawing. Yeah, just gesture drawing for today. Oh. Just gesture drawing for today. I keep pulling that thing down. I hear a lot of furries are tech bros, which explains the money. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No shit. Pyrocynical even said the same fucking thing. That was the funniest part. They're always in the tech business. It's insane, and they make mad money. So like, they have the money for the hobbies and shit, like you guys said. It's funny. But there's so much hatred towards these people, but they're the people who fix your iPhones. You know, that's the ironic part. The furry hate is real. Like it's weird and real, but yet they'll be fixing your iPhones. They'll be fixing your computers. They'll be fixing your shit. Like the